I will read you a story. Unapologetic by Lori Hoft. Some of these events may actually have happened. George Bush was elected, and I was able to wear a bikini at that time. As I slid into the hot tub at Bora Bora Way, there were 3 regulars in the jacuzzi, and one of them was a really cute guy who looked like a younger Matthew McConaughey, except he had a Croatian Serbian accent and an eagle tattoo. He asked me what my name was. At the time, I was wearing a neck brace and said, "I'm Lori." He said he was into astrology and asked me what my birthday was. I said May 5th, but I'm Taurus. I said, "What's your birthday?" He said June 5th, which is my parents' wedding anniversary. So I thought, maybe this is a sign. Even if this sculpted man is too good looking for me, let me stay open. "Do you think George Bush will destroy our country?" I said, "I don't think so, but he wasn't my choice," which may or may not have been true. We stayed in the jacuzzi, and he told me he was an artist, a painter. "I'm doing an art show at Bergamot Station. I was a sniper in the war in Croatia, and I was hit in the head by a bullet." I said, "Oh my God, you're lucky to be alive." He said, "Luckily, the bullet bounced off my helmet. I went to this art therapy and some kind of neurology where we did art therapy to heal the trauma. A group of us are in a show, and I'd like to invite you." Obviously, I'm in a neck brace, so I'm not sure if I can really get around, but I would love to see your art. I went to art school. I love the arts. "Would you like to see my art later today? I have a portfolio I can bring to you." I said, "Maybe." "Okay, why not?" He didn't seem scary. He seemed to be very soldier boy nice and surprisingly interested in me while I was at my weakest point. He said, "If you went to art school, what are you working on now?" I said, "Oh, I'm working on finding a Jewish doctor or a lawyer to marry. I feel corporate America has done me wrong, and the women's movement hasn't helped either. So I'm just going to become a trophy wife once my neck heals. I'm going to put a profile in JDate and attract some Jewish millionaires, lawyers or doctors." He said, "I'll take a video of you for your profile. I'll bring my camera and I'll show you my portfolio." He showed it to me at 7 o'clock that night, and I couldn't believe how good the paintings were. And then he pulled out his video camera, zoomed in on my lips, and said, "I'm making your video dating profile starting now." Curiously, he was the only one who ever saw that ad. He ended up carrying my groceries, then carrying my Christmas tree on his 6'4" shoulders, then carrying me across puddles so I wouldn't get my feet wet, then carrying me from a hospital treatment. He said, "I want to grow old with you. I can't imagine my life without you." Though he definitely wasn't a Jewish doctor or lawyer, he carried my heart in his heart. E. Cummings. For about 2 years, until my boyfriend left me for a man. His name was Geo Dracula. He said he was a descendant of the Transylvanian family long, long ago, but that he was half Croatian and half Serbian. I really never looked it up, so I didn't know whether it was true or false, but I did know that he was a sniper during the war in Bosnia, and that he had been hit in the head by a bullet that bounced off his helmet, left him with a brain injury and inability to distinguish fine details, and though he went for brain healing and art therapy, they were never able to restore his bullshit meter. It was permanently disabled. I should have seen this coming when he met Ronald, who lived on Deepwater Road in Malibu and drove a Porsche Cayenne, and said he was a former CIA agent still working undercover on serious missions, traveling to Russia, selling titanium to nuclear weapons dealers. I didn't like the presence of Ronald immediately. The gifts he kept getting my boyfriend, the wine. Why was a man buying another man presents? Why? What was the whole thing? The hot tub, Malibu, under the false pretense they were writing a screenplay about military secrets? I sometimes give people the benefit of the doubt too often. The shit hit the fan at Trader Joe's in the parking lot on Manchester. Geo was carrying a bouquet of sunflowers he bought me. He was still poor, an artist, and sending money to his parents in a refugee village back in the old country. I was carrying my Colombian roast coffee, Trader's pesto, lamb. He liked me to cook him lamb. It reminded him of home. As we were putting grocery bags in my trunk, Ronald was on the phone. All I could hear was Geo saying, "Can you talk? Is it safe?" I looked at him and mouthed, "Where is Ronald?" "Ronald is on a sting operation in Monaco trying to take down Russian nuclear weapons operatives, with the CIA posing as a nuclear weapons salesman. That's what his titanium business is all about." I looked at Gio and said, "No, I don't believe that. Why would he be calling you during the Russian sting operation?" He handed me the flowers and told Ronald, "Listen, I gotta go. We're about to eat dinner. Call me when you get back from Monaco." In the car, I said, "This is going too far. Gio, this guy wants to fuck you. He's trying to impress you that he's some kind of CIA. Come on. Taking down Russian operatives. He's probably in some Super 8 motel down the street in bed, fantasizing about you." Gio got very upset with me, not with Ronald. "Do you actually think that a man could fool me? That I wouldn't pick up on it if he were gay and just trying to hook up with me? That I am such an idiot that I wouldn't see that coming?" I made up something that seemed logical. "Maybe men in your culture hug other men as brotherly hugs, but out here in LA, if a 70-year-old man hugging on a 30-year-old guy with a girlfriend, it's rarely brotherly. Why doesn't Ronald ever invite me to go with you guys or to the house on Deepwater Road? Just explain that to me." Gio looked at me and said, "You're so negative and jealous of my relationship with Ronald." "What relationship with Ronald? Are you guys in an intimate relationship that I'm unaware of? Or are you two writing a CIA espionage screenplay about our government's military secrets that this guy has taken a pledge not to mouth off about? You know that Ronald has told me he can help me get a green card. He will let me know where the next nuclear weapons will detonate so I can save my family. He's devoted his whole life to protecting people from nuclear harm, yet you disrespect him. He's also told you that he thinks you should take ecstasy with him, and that's a way for soldiers to heal the trauma. The American government and CIA recommend it, really? Ronald is not a good person. I'm not just jealous of him. I've been hit on by creepy guys posing as DEA agents, except because I'm American, I can see it. With all your military experience, why did he pick you to write a screenplay for Disney when you cannot write in the English language? Doesn't that seem strange to you?" Gio said, "You know what? I'm just not in the mood to watch The Misfits or have dinner tonight. You don't want to see me succeed with Disney or Ronald." How is this part getting past you as a sniper and a military man? How are you not connecting the dots? Ronald thinks of me as a son. You're just jealous because you have no family, because you're adopted. I thought you wanted to grow old with me. We looked for wedding rings. We've looked at property. I am jealous. Maybe some old geezer/CIA agent wants to fuck my boyfriend and get him in a hot tub, give him ecstasy, and roofie him. Why hasn't he ever asked to include me in a year? He knows you have a girlfriend. Why doesn't he respect that you have a girlfriend? You said he was in the Cold War. He would be too old, like 88 by now, not 68. Will you just stop seeing him, please? We can write a screenplay together, or maybe there is someone with a military past who you don't have to be naked or on drugs with or in a hot tub to write your masterpiece. You just love George Bush so much. You hate Ronald. You think this is about George Bush. George Bush was a cheerleader and he was not gay. I don't care if someone's gay. I'm supportive of anyone's sexual orientation, but I feel uncomfortable. A few days later, Ronald called and said he was back from Monaco and wanted to get together with Gio, who then disappeared for a week, and when I called him, answered the phone laughing hysterically, saying he was on ecstasy and said, "We're breaking up. And Ronald and I are here with a new girl. She's a stripper, pole dancer, and she wants to do ecstasy, and so does Ronald, so that I can heal my soldier trauma. We're done, and if you don't leave me alone, Ronald and we will come after you." Will you two be bringing the nuclear weapons when you come after me? Or will it just be a group of stripper pole dancers and some ecstasy-laden soldiers who have lost their bullshit meter and their valor? The next week I was served with a subpoena to show up in court against Gio, and Ronald was paying for the lawyer. I was beyond upset. This was an upset beyond other upsets, so I got in my car, drove to the FBI headquarters federal building in Westwood, went up to the 9th floor, wrote on a slip of paper the name Ronald Pettibone and his address on Deepwater Road. I spoke to a teller who was an FBI agent and said, "See this name here? I was at Trader Joe's. He's telling civilians he's on a sting operation selling nuclear weapons, posing as an undercover titanium salesman for our government. Does he work for our government, for the CIA? He's promising people green cards." The young FBI agent, who was 5'8", said, "Is your ex-boyfriend on any medication?" I said, "No, but I think he needs medication." The FBI said, "Are you willing to be contacted? This is something we're going to look into to see if this is indeed one of our federal agents and what your ex-boyfriend is involved in." At this moment, I realized I did lose my ex-boyfriend to an older man, and that was the saddest part for me. There was nothing I could compete with. The whole thing was a clusterfuck of predators, opportunists, money, sexuality, CIA secrets, nuclear weapons, and mainly bullshit. The only thing I was happy about was my bullshit meter had never been broken. Fact, I never met Ronald in person. I would just see him in his Porsche Cayenne. Fact, it could only happen because my ex-boyfriend had been hit in the head by shrapnel. Fact, no Disney contract ever resulted from this liaison, and the names have been changed to protect the not-so-innocent. Fact, Ronald was not a CIA agent, but did work for a brief time for some other federal branch of the government. Fact, my ex-boyfriend was visited by 2 FBI agents in the middle of a shift as a waiter in a hotel where Ronald first hit on him. Ronald decided it would be better off to discontinue the friendship jacuzzi ship, screenplay ship with Geo Dracula, and continue to say I was a crazy bitch. Fact, this crazy bitch felt very unapologetic.